What's up? I'm Brandon Young, and in today's video, we're going to talk about 12 reasons why the IRS might skip you and not give you your stimulus check. Now, the first reason we have on this list is if you do not have a social security number. Now, if you don't have a social security number at all, you will not receive a check. And this also goes for if you have any type of children that don't have social security numbers and you claim them as dependents, you're not going to get that extra $500 because those kids do not have any social security numbers. So now what I'm recommending is you go ahead and you go apply for those social security numbers. If you have the chance for them, go take their birth certificate and go apply for those social security numbers, because any amount of money that you can get in is going to be helpful, especially if you're somebody that has a lot of kids. You want to be able to reap the benefits of having those dependents under your wing. Next one is if you don't have any banking information for them to send you your check. Now, I know everybody has their different situations. Maybe you didn't file and maybe you didn't give your banking information because you're not required to file because you don't make enough money. If that is the case, the IRS does have a portal for you to fill out where you can actually add your information in. I'll leave that in the description down below. But basically, if you don't make enough money and you don't have any reason to file, you can basically go ahead on that portal and fill it out. Number 3 is if you don't send it to the right account. So let me give you an example. So now let's say if you have your 1040 and you're married. So you have two choices. You can either file as you're married jointly and you guys file it together, or you can file as you're married but you're filing individually. Now let's say even though you are filing individually but you're actually married and you try to send that money to your joint bank account, it's going to get rejected. As well as if you file jointly and you try to deposit that money into an individual bank account, it will get rejected as well. Basically, for this check, you want to make sure that you want to be aware of the actual tax return that you're doing, and you want to make sure that the banking account information that you put on there is actually corresponding to the bank account. So if you file jointly, you want to make sure you put it in the joint bank account that you have between you and your wife or your significant other. Vice versa if you're doing it individually. Number 4 is if you have any agreement with a payday loan or any type of money advance company, you might get your check intercepted. As you know, a lot of these companies do have access to your banking information and they often see what type of money is coming in and out of your account because they want to make sure they get their bread first. So obviously, if they see that check get deposited into your account, usually they're the first ones up for grabs to get. So my main advice is if you're in one of those situations when you do have some type of payday loan or something of that sort, if you know that's the case, go ahead and make yourself a new bank account. And one that I do recommend, you can make it pretty quickly, is Chime, and I'll leave a link in the description down below so you can go ahead and get started with Chime if you want to make some type of new bank account to put your money in. Number 5 is if you have an ITIN, which essentially is an undocumented worker, but you pay taxes, you probably will not end up getting the check. Sorry. Now, number 6 is you may get the check, but you might lose it due to the stimulus check scams that have been going on all over the world. Now, I've said it plenty of times. If there's anybody telling you there's processing fees or a way to expedite your check, it is a scam. There's nobody doing that. Please do not fall prey to all this BS that's going on. The IRS is not going to ask you for banking account information. They're not going to ask you for your social security. They're not going to ask you for any of that because they are the government. They know you already. They know you probably better than you know yourself. So please do not give this information to anybody. Number 7 is 3.3 million people are probably behind on their child support payments. And as you know, that is going to be a payment that definitely comes first. If you're in a case where you do owe child support payments and you are a bit behind, more than likely your check is going to be intercepted and it is going to be given most likely to the custodial parent as payment. Number 8 is if you didn't file your 2018-2019 tax return or you do not get any social security benefits or SSI, well, you probably won't be getting the check. As you know, they did give an extension on the 2019 tax return. So if you have a chance, I would recommend that you go ahead and put that in so you have the chance to get your check. But if you were told that you don't have to file because you don't make enough money, you can go on the IRS.gov website and there is an actual place for you to sign up, and I will leave that in the description down below so you can go ahead and do that if that is your case. Number 10 is if you're a college student but you're getting claimed as a dependent, I'm sorry, you won't be receiving the check as well because you're getting claimed as a dependent. So sorry. Number 10 is a lot of cases we have where children are taking care of grandparents or their parents actually, and they're taking care of them and the parents are their dependents. If that's the case, the adults that are getting taken care of, and as put, if they're the dependents, they won't be getting a check. I know a lot of people, they analyze, oh, we're getting this check because we have, 6 adults in the whole family, so each one of us is getting $1,200, so that's gonna help. No, if you have one person that is claiming all these different adults as dependents, then all those people that are getting claimed as dependents won't be getting, they won't be getting a check. Simply put. Number 11 is if you're unemployed right now, but you made too much in 2018 or 2019 and you do not fall within the criteria to get the check, I'm sorry, you won't be getting the check. Number 12 is if you did your tax return in 2018 and you had a kid in 2019 or 2020, you won't be getting a dependent check. So you won't be getting that extra $500 at the moment. But never fear, you will be getting that money when you do your tax return the following year. You will just receive it as a tax credit. You won't receive it as a stimulus check. Now that was a lot of information to consume, but hopefully you learned something new. And if you did, please be sure to give this video a like and go subscribe to the family. I would love to have you here trying to teach you guys and, empower you with all this information. I'm Brandon Young and I'll see you in my next video. Peace.